Welcome back to Char Report. Today's video is going to be super interesting and a bit salty. Usually I'm hyping up Bandai kits to the moon, but today I'm doing a U-turn and roasting them. This is the blacklist of the worst RG kits you should absolutely avoid, unless you have extra cash and want to test your patience, or maybe you just want to experience some peak suffering in your modeling life. Kicking things off is a brand new RG, released just recently around 2024 to 2025, the RG Akatsuki Gundam, Owashi unit. It's supposed to be brand new with modern tech, but it let me down big time because it uses something I can't believe Bandai reused, the entire Aile Strike frame from 10 years ago. That frame is seriously awful and outdated by today's standards, yet here we are 10 years later and Bandai just recycled it. Classic new bottle, old wine situation. Sure, they claim they tweaked a few parts to make it better, but honestly, it's lipstick on a pig. The core is still flimsy, so this RG Akatsuki is doomed to the same curse as the early RGs. Give it some time and the joints will get loose and floppy. I can forgive the ancient RGs with those pre-molded advanced MS joint frames for being loose because the tech wasn't there yet. But for a kit released less than a year ago with a premium price tag to be this quality, I don't rate it high at all. Honestly, it's a huge disappointment. Looking at the photos, sure, it's stunning. That gold plating is shiny, the colors are amazing, definitely one of the most visually striking RGs Bandai has ever released. But if it's beautiful but fragile, what's the point? But the fatal flaw that ruins everything is that flimsy frame. It feels stiff the first few times you pose it, but in the near future it'll be wobbling like crazy. Just touch it and it shakes. The absolute nightmare for me is the ankle connection. From Build Strike to Aile Strike and now Akatsuki, they all suffer from the exact same issue without fail. I really don't get why this stupid error persists after so many years. Even though the Akatsuki's foot design feels different, mine is still loose and it can barely stand properly. It's baffling. Is Bandai just too lazy to fix it? Next up, following top 5 is top 4. This spot goes to the RG Build Strike. I put these two at the same table because they share that same unstable frame, basically twins in failure. Since this kit has been out for ages, I'm cutting it some slack and putting it at number 4. Personally, I think the Build Strike is a massive upgrade over the HG in every way. Cooler design, sharper details, and much better articulation. But beauty is pain, and the fatal flaw is still that weak frame. It is insanely weak. The arm can't hold up the rifle for long at all. Leave it for like 2 hours and the arm just droops like a drunk person because the gun is heavy and the joint is way too thin with zero friction. Plus, it actually scares me whenever I attach the backpack wings. I don't dare touch those flimsy wings because the plastic feels brittle and prone to snapping. Basically, you have to be super careful with this one. It's a nightmare for anyone who likes to pose their kits. After those back-breaking kits, we move to top 3, the RG Wing Gundam Zero EW. To me, overall, this one isn't too terrible. The absolute worst, most frustrating part is the twin buster rifle. It's huge and long, and the tiny hands of these old RGs just can't hold it. It falls out every time you try. Plus, a lot of details on the body are pretty loose. The wings are also a major downside. I admit, the angel wings are gorgeous, legendary even, but the connection joints are sloppy. The peg feels incredibly weak, not strong enough to support the weight of the wings, causing them to droop and lose all that majestic presence. It feels like it could snap with a loud crack anytime if I accidentally touch it too hard. I just leave it safely in a corner of my display case and admire it from afar. Honestly, I haven't dared to touch it since I built it. I'm genuinely terrified. Bandai really played us, gave us the beauty but not the durability. That's not all. That tiny clear blue piece on the chest? It's microscopic and the peg is shallow so it barely fits. Sad news, guys. I actually lost that part without even realizing it. Looked everywhere, but it's gone. The only consolation is that if you put this on a flight base, it looks absolutely flawless. Definitely one of the most beautiful winged kits in 1/44th scale. Now I'm just praying and waiting for Bandai to release an RG 2.0 or a revamped HG EW so I can get my revenge. I'd bet good money that a modern HG would totally destroy this 10-year-old RG, at least in terms of stability. Next up, top 2. This is truly a terrible RG in my personal experience. RX-78-2 Gundam. It's been out for nearly 15 years, so I won't say too much. Everyone knows Grandpa's reputation. This was the first RG, number 1, the guinea pig for Bandai to debut that pre-molded frame tech, advanced MS joint. You just cut the runner and boom, you have a frame. Because it was experimental, it caused tons of issues, the biggest being looseness. Some parts start off stiff and hard to move, but once you twist them to loosen them up, they get loose, then completely floppy like a noodle. It can't even stand on its own feet. Touch it and it falls. Another scary thing is the skirts. They fall off like leaves in autumn. Honestly, only buy this if you want it in your collection for nostalgia, to mark a historical milestone, or to compare the evolution with the amazing RG 2.0. If you want to buy it to play with and pose because the details look cool, I'm telling you, don't do it. Just get the MG 3.0. This RG is basically a scaled down version of the MG 3.0. Even though the MG 3.0 is also notorious for being loose, at least it's big, so handling it is less painful and frustrating than this tiny RG. And finally, the main character of Suffering, Top 1, today's final boss. I lovingly call it the ticking time bomb. Building this guarantees a nightmare, not entertainment. It's the RG Zeta Gundam. I can't believe Bandai was so reckless and ambitious back in 2012 to 2013. Making a kit back then and cramming a complex transformation into a tiny 1/14 4 pre-molded frame? Bandai wanted to show off, but it ended up being a total dud. I have to admit, the surface detail and color separation on this kit are excellent. It looks super cool, and I rate the aesthetics very highly, but the downside is terrifying. It's extremely loose and fragile. Touch it normally, it wobbles. Play with it gently, and armor parts fall off like rain. The plastic feels thinner than usual too. If you've built it, you know that hip joint is wafer thin just to allow for the transformation. It looks super dangerous, like if you twist it hard, it'll snap in half. Truly a ticking time bomb. You just play in fear, waiting for the day it breaks so you have to waste money on a new one. Bandai probably wants that. If it breaks, you buy another one. The only impressive thing saving it is that it fully transforms into Wave Rider mode without swapping parts, something even the newer RG Zeta Revive or HGs can't do, since they use parts formation. But overall, this kit is not worth your money. A total waste unless you keep it in Wave Rider mode forever. That's my list from kinda bad to extremely bad. If you know any other disasters, comment below to warn everyone. Goodbye and see you in the next video.